Alright guys, gonna go into the second game here now. Uh, Forgot which game it was. I think it's this one. The one thing that you guys did well this game for sure was basically, um, this also goes to them not closing out the game as smoothly as they could have. But you guys did a good job of delaying it. But we make plenty of mistakes this game that we're going to go over. And some of them are just simply like things that we should not be doing. Some of them we've been talking about for a while too now. So we need to really make sure that we clean that stuff up, especially when we start playing better teams. I have no idea where this team's going to stack up. Um, in this season, I don't really like I've looked at some of the teams, but I haven't looked at most of them, so I don't know. I'm fully expecting us in the next 2 or 3 weeks to grow to become the best team in the league, especially with the progress that we've already made in the short amount of time. It's normal starts. So Don, you do a really good job of harassing like level 1. You guys did exactly what I told you to do. You're level 1 and you basically half health the Braum, which is great. But we start getting greedy and we're not like, I don't know what that Lucian was doing there, but that was a good job by you guys too. So at this point, you guys should never even have to all in them. You could basically force them out of lane, because you should hit level 2 first, I'm fairly certain, and I think that's why you decide to go in. But again, we don't know where their jungler is. We're pretty sure that they started on this side, so there's no reason for us to do what we do right here. No way in hell should we be doing that. And if you're gonna do it, you should flay and hook right away so you can ignite kill them like automatically. I know you guys end up getting a kill, but 9 times out of 10 you're probably not gonna get a kill. So you just gotta slow down. You guys literally you were destroying them in lane already, and it's only 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes in the game. I know the CS isn't a big deal, but that Lucian was so low, Braum was so low. You guys had all the control in the world, and we're just trying to be too aggressive. See, Don is crushing the Fizz early like he's supposed to. Basically gets 2 levels where you outright win. Um, but at this point, I know you want to get a kill. If you had Ignite, I'd be perfectly fine with you being here still. But you should be going to help his invade, just to make sure he's fine. Especially when we see him on that ward right there, you should be rotating so we can get ensure he gets out from this and we get crap, because he has to stay under turret right now. And I know you almost get a kill on him like 2 times and everything. Like the fact that he's staying and he somehow gets a kill on you blows my mind. No matter what right now too, you're basically um, you're stuck right now. It honestly, since you don't have Ignite either, you should just let him go back and make him miss this. Especially when you're in a matchup that you're not supposed to win. Like just slow down your CS, make sure that he went back, and then push it and go. You have no mana, you should just go back right now too. Like this is why he goes in on you, because you have no mana at all. You took a turret shot too and everything. It's okay to reset earlier. No matter what, I know this is a canyon wave, but he doesn't have enough. He's not going to stay in lane this long to like just go back right now. He's going to clear these minions if you go back and then just be done. It's because we still Central's back timing too with you coming will help us have priority on the crab, keep the bottom lane, and you safer on one half. Like, it's okay to reset. I know you got close to killing him, but you just got to reset sometimes. Especially when you don't have an offensive summoner, and they do. Because he got his little triumph, but he was lower than this. But just got to reset, man. So now, yeah, we just saw Sejuani on the top side as well. Is you don't even have to throw your hook. You could just be standing like here, because look at his hit points and we have red buff. And also, like I mentioned, you guys communicate when you're going to hit level 3 because you're almost there. But yeah, this is what you should be doing. Standing right here on this side. It's pushing to their side, but you can just zone them off from 1, maybe 2 CS. Probably 2 CS. And that red buff should help regenerate. So now at this point though, we should be wanting to reset after this wave so we can get back in time for, there's going to be one more wave and then another cannon. So we should be wanting to push these and then reset basically. And you have enough for BF sword. That was a good hook. And he had flashed that. It was really good. Since you guys got that good trade and everything too, it's perfectly fine to get the plate. You do not want to hook him there though. No way. You're just going to take 2 turret shots and it's not going to matter. Just get the plate and then get out of here. That hook was 1 auto less too, and that would have got the plate easier. So this is where back timing and everything like that too comes into play. Dawn, I think this is your pink ward. Let's go back and watch. Yeah, it's your pink ward. Since we already have this scuttle too, you probably wanted to put that pink a little closer. I can't remember how long this one has. I wish Spectator showed you the length. If it was almost down, then this is the best spot for you. But look at the mini map too. If the scuttle's here, there's a good chance that she would be contesting that side. So you could just assume she could be on this side because of scuttle. It was a good stun by you though. So just that little play. We're not going to. I don't think we get this scuttle because now they have um, all the priority in mid lane and like our back lane, bottom lane is going back. Like just little things pile up. I know it's not a huge deal, but I don't remember you Wing him more than one of his Qs. I know he was in the bush there, but I don't remember it for some reason. It was a good try, Don. Once he hits, this is why I tell you guys to track minions though, to know when your opponents are gonna hit 6. Because as soon as he hits 6 on you now, you can't even stand near him. So on that third minion, the third melee, he hit it. So at this point, you basically need to surrender these minions. Because he can all in you anytime he wants to. That's why also controlling the minion wave is very important, especially in losing matchups. It's trying to keep it in the middle or towards your side. And I don't know what the communication was like for you guys here either. You took the plan over. Alex, you're backing up really far here. I'm pretty sure you have your passive by now, if not it's close, but you should be up here closer. But this is still fine regardless. It looked like your communication was off because Alex backed all the way up to here. So I'm not sure if you typed something or what. But good job helping push. I don't know if you called for the help or not, but it was a good job. Because now you could, instead of running up to this, you should just reset automatically. And then you could just run back the lane for the cannon wave, which is actually not even there, it's the next one, but you won't have to worry about it. So, and again, winning with information. We know that Central just showed on the top side. You guys should automatically have in your head that Sejuani is on this side of the map, like 100%. I don't remember what happens here, but whenever that happens, you guys should welcome the lane to push harder onto your side and then freeze it closer to the turret side. I genuinely don't remember what happens here, but just always have it in your mind. If he shows top, there's a very good chance, if we haven't seen him on the map in the last 20 seconds, that he's the other jungler's on this side of the map. And again, always take note of the time too. So the second buffs are up right now. So you guys should also be aware just by that it's most likely that Sejuani's on this side too. But because you guys didn't get to see it, obviously we're down 3 kills to 1, but we're actually winning still by 300 gold. Because you can see, like Central was talking about, this is the benefit of Olaf is he's such a power farmer, and he can break pretty much all of their CC, all the really important CC to counter it. That you guys being in the lead in bottom and jungle right now, bottom, I guess you're barely. I'm going to give him credit for probably all 15 of those for the Targons, so you guys are dead even. But so we're up in the jungle by 15 CS and then down 4 CS overall after that. 5 CS, or yeah, 3 or 4 CS. So we're still winning even though it's 3-1. So that's why it's really important that your farm's up, because if something goes bad, you can still be in the game completely. This is your proof right here. And this play was so prolonged. You should just immediately turn to Braum. Like, we waited so long for it. I know we ended up getting it still, but why are we waiting? Because he's out of W range from Lucian. Just fucking murder that guy. Like right there. Literally just flay his ass right now. And just, he should be dead. Like, it wouldn't even be close. I know he still had his flash, but Olaf, if you get your flay on him back there, there's no way he's getting away from an Olaf. He's just fucked. Even if you miss your hook. And we have ult still, like Flay. Flay then takes Lantern, then he flashes, and then you hook, and he's still dead. But it just happens a lot sooner than literally at the turret. So he got his W off and everything, and then flash too. I know you're trying to anticipate his flash and everything, but just flay him right away. You guys set that up really nice with Lantern and the pink ward. And see, look. So we're down a kill, but we're up 800 gold because you guys are still making, even though we've already made a few mistakes, where our tempo is just still really strong. I genuinely don't think there was a problem with our draft this game. I know we haven't played a game with Olaf yet, but I genuinely don't think there was a problem with the draft. I'm sure it would have been better if I took something that was a little bit more aggressive, like the Xin Zhao that we took, but I think this was still perfectly fine. And this is something I want to mention to you guys too, is especially for Central and Mystic. Anytime you guys are just running free somewhere, run through a bush if it's near you, because they have pinks in. I don't know why you're standing here, by the way. There's no reason for you to stand there. But they have pinks in our jungle and shit just all over our jungle for a long period of time. You can see they have 3 pinks on the map right now, 4 pinks on the map. So their vision control is incredibly, but they have one in our side is what I'm referring to. And then they have one here and here. So they have really good vision control right now, which is going to happen. But you can find, um, that's why like when we talk about getting vision control, um, it's important because we get deep vision and stuff too, and we drop pinks on their sides too. It's important we just check those bushes. Good job getting shut down there. This is really confusing. I'm pretty sure we just, I don't know if it's this or if it's later, but we stay in that. Yeah, it's later. We stay at one point. The bottom lane stays like in that same position later, and then we. Good job, by the way. You 100% could have left that kill for one of these other 2 guys though. Just didn't need to auto after you flash hook flay. He's just dead. But it was a good job. It's what they were referring to. It's the same thing like Alex was talking to you in game 3 about just walk with me, because he had the kill. But he just wanted you there just in case. It was a really good flash hook. So again, we're up by 1.4k right now. The CS lead in the bottom lane's growing though. So this is again going back to um, we need to work on our CS big time. I think 8, like I said in the last video, might be too low. I think our goal should honestly be 9 per minute, because there is um, on average 12 every other minute though. There's a 13th minion because of the canyons. So 9 minions per minute is a good goal to have. So at the 10-minute mark, we should have 90 CS in our solo lanes. It's a lot different for jungle because it's not the same, especially since he's running around and stuff. But yeah, I think 9 CS per minute is the actual what goal we should set. 10 is professional level, so I don't think we're anywhere near that yet. So 9 is a more realistic goal to set, and we'll try to keep track of that stuff. This fight you guys should have just disengaged from a lot sooner. The only thing I would have suggested doing is literally just throwing a Q and then ulting the Sejuani and then literally backing up, because that Fizz does a fuck ton of damage right now and he still had his ultimate. Like, there's just and I forgot about that part. This is the part where bot lane got fucked over, and I forgot about why. They were trying to rotate them to help out the team, and they ended up getting collapsed on. But regardless, you guys have to take into consideration how strong Fizz is in comparison to Syndra. There is no way in hell that you want to take this fight. I know you see the health bars, but it's literally alt the Sejuani, and then you just want to disengage. Like, you should have already been disengaged because Fizz is strong as fuck. Like, and it just ends up. I mentioned to you you might have to 2 versus 2 in this game central just to disengage. That was the exact reason what I was talking about. Is if you just come there to stop and no deaths happen, we win that 2 versus 2. Because we're not supposed to win that 2 versus 2 at this point, when especially when Fizz is ahead like he's supposed to be. So now that 1.4 is now 400, 450, something like that. And we took that fight right before the dragon came up too. So that's why it was even more important to just realize, look, he's stronger than me right now, just disengage from this fight, and then we can try to make something happen around dragon. Because now this shit is rough. This is the dragon fight where basically the game snowballs out of control too. Like, we just saw, I don't know if we saw Sejuani there or not. If we actually got a glimpse of her or not, I'm not sure. You got to see the spell link, so I'm not sure if you actually saw her or not. But regardless, you should just help push this wave right now so you guys can go back together. Because basically Peridian gets left behind and he gets chunked. And we also don't have vision. This is the same thing we talk about on Bear. We don't have vision behind here, so you guys never know when Jace and Fizz are coming. So this is how the fight is basically just lost for us. We kind of got separated from Peridian already, and we've already started the dragon, which is not what we want. You have to always take in consideration every point in any game. Who's the strongest player in the game? It's Fizz. Where the fuck is Fizz? We have no clue right now. So we just have to take it slow. Get vision control, especially behind the pits and along the walkways. Because this shit can get real bad fast. And it does in this fight. So here he comes. Fastest guy in the world. And the 3 people tanking dragon right now is all us. Because we started the dragon for no reason. There's, I believe, one onto Mystic. We were scattered. Dawn wasn't there on time, and again, this fucking dragon is gonna keep hitting us. Peridian uses his ult to go secure kill. At this point, though, this fucking fight is, we absolutely lose. Fizz and Jace for support and the mid laner. We're fucked. Anytime that your answer is the strongest person in the game is not on our team, you never start taking damage from an objective until you get vision of that person so you can play around it. So they just got 1,000,000 kills because we're trying to rush. And this is where the game now officially gets out of control. Because now that Fizz is 5-1, Jace is all of a sudden 3-0, which Alex was doing a good job of just keeping tempo with, or keeping pace with the farm. And now this Lucian is way stronger than he should be. Like, that is the fight that lost us the game there. And then this is the mentioning of us wanting to chase as well. Again, who's the strongest guy in the whole game? Fizz. Dawn cannot. Look, he already has level 2 ult, everything. Dawn is 2 levels down. We just have to let him have crab. Like, plain and simple. We shouldn't be contesting this at all. We should just be looking to get vision in other areas. We can see him at least temporarily because of this. So we just need to let that go. And then once shit gets bad too, we just need to disengage. As soon as he flashes and you see Braum, just disengage. There's no way he doesn't have more help behind him. We don't see anybody else on the map right now. Now you see Lucian, everything. Like, we're already we should have already been turning back as soon as you saw Braum right here. We're just taking unnecessary fights. And on top of that, we're TPing late, so now Alex is just basically fucked too. And then you have to blow a flash. Like, this is just all... This is 4 versus 5, by the way. Because of how scattered and just pointless a lot of the fight. Actually, it was 4 versus 4 because Purdium was top. So now they get the Herald for free. Even though we already had crab and we had vision, we got the crab from Mystic. I'm sorry. I was just looking to see how much money Jace had to spend. He didn't. So just again, you guys, sometimes you just have to submit vision to them and just get a hold of our own line. Like, they may potentially may potentially leave the area too. And look, you got vision back. It's perfectly fine. You have good vision in our area. You don't have to like risk so much. We're also at a TP disadvantage right now too because of that late TP. So they have so much in favor of them right now. Just like the back timings and how everything's spread out too. They get the mid turret for free. Even though we have a really hard time standing at turrets right now because of how strong Fizz is paired with the Sejuani. So at this point, we have to play to the Baron side more than anything. And we need to find a pick, basically. This is turning into just like a absolute rough game because the combination of Fizz with Braum and Sejuani is now a nightmare. They would have been a lot better putting that Herald top lane, by the way. I don't know why they just threw it down mid like that. So Dragon's coming up again. And unfortunately for us, it's another Infernal. But we just have to give it up at this point. We really should... Yeah, you had Flash on this too, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, you have Flash. This fight confused me too. So they just do Dragon, so we know what side they're on, and we do not have any vision over there at all. Like, we should not be anywhere near this part of the lane. We're at such a bad spot in the game right now. We just have to surrender. And you have Flash, and you have ult as well. Like, you could have, if I were, I would be like flashing and ulting away. It doesn't matter what direction, probably up this way, but yeah, this is probably the safest place at this point since you were out of position down here, and where we don't need to be at that time. But you end up just dying with everything up, and then Mystic ends up dying too. Just snowballs death for death, and they can literally just go do Baron right now if they want to. This turret is free. and then they could just go to Baron if they want. Because now we're 3 versus 5, and Jace is already shoving all the way up. But this is where they don't have enough. He has no armor or anything right now, so the Sejuani cannot really tank. So you guys make a good call. My only problem with, I'll show you, in my opinion, what we should have done. So immediately here, you guys call to do the Baron, which I'm 100% on board with because how far behind we are right now, and we can feel how far behind we are. Literally, we should just do the Baron at this point, and once we clear out that pink ward, like, again, we should get a ward behind here to see where the Sejuani is, and these two can zone perfectly fine. But I think we should honestly, right after this, like, we should just finish Baron. I really think so. The only guy we have to worry about at this point is him. And then obviously Sejuani can still steal the Baron from us, but we're at the same level. And this is what I was talking about. See, the fish is on Mystic here. So if you would have if you just waited here as well instead of taking the lantern, but Mystic said he called it out, but obviously everyone's talking and yelling at this point too because we're trying to make a big play. This is how you die. It literally, like, fish in the Sejuani queue just absolute chunks you. So that's where we end up losing the fight because of that too, honestly. But I mean, it's so hard to communicate that in that amount of time. So peeling was absolutely fine. I think we could have waited a little longer so they got closer, because Dawn and Thresh, Mystic, was doing such a good job of peeling in that moment. So I think we could have stayed on the Baron a little longer to bait the whole squad in, and then it would have been easier for us because the Fizz couldn't come back in. You saw Peridian ult over there to kill him. Remember, at that point, we don't need you to kill him, though, Peridian. I know you got the kill and secured it, but at that point, since he's so low, he can't come anywhere near you guys. So now your focus is just on Baron and then the remaining guys. So we end up trading 2 for 4. When the call to start Baron was the absolute right thing, and calling to peel was perfectly fine. I just think you guys should have waited longer. And once Mystic and Dawn did so much work on the Lucian and the Fizz, you guys should have tried to just finish it. But again, that's what I talk about before when you're on Baron. You guys, if you don't see their jungler, but you know that the person's around, you got to walk that perimeter. So at that point, it could have been Dawn or Mystic. And then if you guys do decide to peel, then we still have the ult for Peridian, because that Fizz wasn't able to stay anymore after we got the ignite on him from Mystic. I think this is the time that we were talking about. I don't remember if it was Dawn or who, but we had vision of Fizz, I believe. Yeah, he goes top lane, shows top that he's here. And there's no world should you ever be challenging him right now. He has everything up by now. He has Protobolt and Lichbane. There's no world that you should be challenging him one-on-one right here. It doesn't matter if he didn't see you before you stealth, you're gonna lose that no matter what. And then this is another. This is the thing I was referring to, chasing again. Like, this is we're just doing bad things right now. We don't have our strongest guy right now. Our strongest guy just died. And since we know that they're pressuring the the Baron, that the bottom lane should be here soon, especially with Jace being down there. So this is the chase, and we waste teleport. Like, just absolutely walked into them for free. We should have just been trying to slow them down again and holding off until Peridian came back up. So this game was chock full of tons of mistakes that we haven't even been making either. So I'm not sure what it is um, that, like, if you guys got frustrated or if you just came into the game too excited, which I talk to you guys about all the time, or what it may have been. And also at this stage of the game too, Don, when we're down by this much and they have an assassin, you need a blue trinket. And this is just a really unfortunate thing, the randomness of dragons. Of course, when they're ahead, they get the Inferno. When we were in position, we got the Ocean. It's just part of the game. But you guys really need to, especially when we're playing versus a champion we really haven't played versus as a group yet, which is the Fizz, and even Jace in that regards. I think we've scrimmed versus it maybe once. I know we've used it once, I believe. And this Mystic too, like there's no reason for you to even contest that ward. As soon as they come near any of our wards, basically, we just have to give them up at this point. So we just lost Flash here. Like, just let them go. Let them have it. They have inhibitor down. They have complete control of us here. This is actually a pretty close attempt from what I remember of stealing it. Sure, level 12. I want to say you were in smite range. It was just literally the timing. It was such a close. Pretty sure Dawn hits it with a Q and an E. Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a good attempt by you guys, because it's clearly in range for either one of you two. Just unfortunate they got it, but I still honestly don't even know if we would have won this game, even with the Baron, because of how strong Fizz was. So, but again, the more important thing to highlight in this game is the amount of mistakes that we had made, and a lot of them were just simple things that we don't ever we haven't been doing the last couple scrims. So let's see the CS this time. So our goal is 90 at 10 minutes. So just taking that into perspective, because that's what the goal that we want to actually set for ourselves. And obviously if you guys fight a lot, then it's going to be less. Um, but nobody's really close to the goal in this game. So this is what I'm referring to a lot, of really need to focus on our CS. I even see it sometimes with Alex when he gets shoved in. There could be 3 CS sitting at the turret, but he'll take a trade, like a small trade with the top laner there instead of getting the CS sometimes. It happens in all the lanes. We just really need to grow um, with um, getting better in like all aspects of the game. Farming is one of them. We have to do a better job at farming. So I'm just gonna bring it up to you guys all the time, and then I'll actually start keeping track of stuff like that, so we can track your progress as we keep moving along here. On to game three.